Sure. Hey everyone, welcome to Stat 300 Spring 2025. I'm your instructor, Andrew Halseth. I go by Mr. H. We'll be communicating mostly through online videos, email, and that sort of thing, but I'm creating this video just to give a quick introduction of the class and introduce myself and that sort of thing. Um, so let me share my screen and I'll get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is get into Canvas. And so if you're watching this video, you probably have done that. So here's what our Canvas page looks like. Make sure to read everything on the front page, how to get started with the class so that you're not missing anything. Um, and then I'll take you through some things that you need to do sort of immediately, and then in the long run, how the class will run throughout the semester. So the first thing to do is to set up a MyLab account. That way you have access to all of your assignments. Um, there's a few ways you can do that, but the start is you probably have already done it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but real quick, just click on the Access Pearson, right? And then it'll take you through the process of registering, right? You open the Pearson and then you have to create an account. So maybe you already have a Pearson account or maybe you don't, right? But it'll take you through that process. And then eventually you're going to get to this screen. I can't do that because I already have an account, but you'll get to a screen that looks like this with the options to get started. And this is kind of new. There's all sorts of options. They have never had this before with this additional subscription option. But this is, you could do that, but notice that plus 7.99 a month, right? So you may not want to do that. That's not required. The minimum requirement is the one way down here, just the single term access for 99.99. Right? That's all you need. Anything else would be additional, optional. Okay, so I would just get that. If you purchase the materials in the bookstore, you have an access code. So you would just click on access code and follow those instructions. Also, notice over here, if you're waiting for funds or you're not sure if you're going to take this class yet and you're trying it out, you can get temporary access for 2 weeks. All right, so then you can just click on that and follow the instructions. So everyone should be able to jump right in, because of that, even if you're waiting for financial aid or whatever. So make sure to get that MyLab account set up, and then you have access to everything for the course. Okay, so that's that piece. If we go back to our homepage, now that you have access to everything, what we always do to get things started is go to modules. Right? Now, and if you look in modules, this has everything you need for the entire course, just in chronological order, arranged by week. Okay. So the first thing you notice at the top is this one-stop shop for notes and videos. Here's where you have access to all of our courses class notes. It's arranged by chapter, but it also has a full packet that you could download, so you have it all in one packet. And there's two versions. There's just the blank notes, and then there's some that I have completed. Right. So the best way to go about this course is you're going to be watching videos, and then the videos go along with these notes. So I would have a printed out version of the notes or on an iPad or however you want to organize it. And then you follow along with the video and take your own notes on these note packets. Okay. If you miss anything in the video or you want a version that I have completed, that's what that's for. Okay. But these don't need to be turned in. These are for you to learn the material. But the videos are the required portion to watch, and you get points for watching the videos. Okay. Um, Now that's a lot of notes. So if you print them out on your own, that's a lot of paper. So I do have printed out packets available on the ARC main campus on my office door, Howard Hall 109. Feel free to stop by anytime. I don't have to be there, and you just help yourself and pick up a packet. It just has to be during normal business hours when the building is open. So I think that would be useful to do. Otherwise, if you're fine just printing them out, that's fine as well. It's up to you. Okay. So once you've got your class notes all ready, this one here, that's just the backup videos. don't go there unless you just need to rewatch a video or something, or you're having trouble accessing it through the main way. That's just backup, right? So you'll see the videos within the modules as you go through. So notice the first thing is this orientation. That's your first due date for assignments. So there's two assignments. Make sure to get those done by Thursday, January 23rd. Those are 5 points each. And you do need to get 100% on those. Right. So that's a requirement to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into with this course, um, and that you're serious about it and you know everything that's going into your grade and that sort of thing. So if you don't get those completed, I do have to drop you, and I have a long list of people trying to get in. So I'll just go down the list and fill in seats. Okay, so make sure to get those done. Once you've got the orientation done, now we're just going through our regular process of watching a video, right, or videos, depending, and then doing the corresponding assignment, um, MyLab. All right, so video assignment. Once you've completed a chapter, you'll come across a chapter quiz, right? And then it just continues like that. Okay. Occasionally, that's the majority, right? Is videos and assignments, quizzes. Occasionally, you'll come to a discussion post. Those discussion posts are designed to get students interacting with students. So they're usually pretty simple to do, but you create your own post and then you respond to two other student posts, right? And those are 5 points. So you get 3 points for your post and then 2 points for responding to others. Okay. There's 10 of those throughout the semester. And then, yeah, you'll see it just kind of goes with that process all the way through, right? Eventually, we'll get to a midterm. That doesn't happen until week 8. Right? Notice there's a practice that probably should go ahead, but the practice midterm will prepare you for the actual midterm. But I'll give you details about that when we get there. Okay, so that's the class structure. I think it's pretty user-friendly and easy to follow, and it's all nicely organized in chronological order. Um, so hopefully that works out for you. Now, when you do an assignment, it's going to take you to MyLab. So if I go into MyLab, here's the course home for that, right? And if I click on from the menu assignments, there's the list of assignments there as well. So you can go through that list. That's another way to do it, right? If you click on the ones in modules, like if you click on 5.4 assignment, it'll just bring you right to that assignment, right? Um, or the other way is to click on Access Pearson and then go into your assignments list if you want to see them all in a list, right? So you can play around with that. The nice thing about doing it this way is now you have access to all the features in MyLab, which has like your e-text, right? The textbook, video and resources, additional videos, additional PowerPoint presentations and resources that could be useful to learn the material. So you get access to all of this. And then eventually we'll be using StatCrunch. So that's how you can access StatCrunch. This grade book will always be current. So that's a way you can check your grade in the class at any time. Okay. And then if we click on an assignment, let's go to something further down, like, I don't know, assignment 2.3, just to show you how it's designed. You do have to watch the video before you have access to the assignment. That's what that warning was. So if we look at the assignments, there are due dates, so make sure to get it completed by the due date. You can work ahead if you want to, though. I mean, this one's not due until February 2nd, but it's live now. You can work on it now if you want to, once you watch the video. Do note that if you complete it late after that February 2nd deadline, it's 10% reduction per day late, and that's per question, right? So if you get 19 of the questions done before the deadline, and then you finish question 20 after the deadline, that question 20 is the only one that gets reduced in points. Okay. So it does give you an option to do assignments late, but there is a slight penalty for it. So try to get things done on time to maximize your points. And then when you're doing an assignment, like, I don't know, let's just randomly look at a question. Here's question 14. Okay. So what is the mean? You just click it in the box and then you type something and then you check your answer, right? You get immediate feedback, right? So if it's wrong, it's going to tell you, maybe gives you a hint, and then you click OK. And then you still have another option to do it. I think you get three options per question. Okay. And then let's try it one more time and just get it wrong. Final check. So we did get three tries. And then it's going to tell you the answer. It's like, yeah, actually, we weren't even in the right letter. It's actually answer B. Okay. And you just click OK. And then it's got some extra parts, right? Some of them now are just multiple choice, right? So this one has like six parts, but it'll take you through each part and just keep on going. Now, if you're not satisfied with getting some questions wrong, there's some helpful tools down here. So, look at these, like view an example is a pretty good one that people use a lot. Or more help, you can ask my instructor that would send me an email and I can give you some advice on how to work that problem. Or there's the textbook that'll take you right to the section that this is covering, section 2.3. You can read about it there, right? And then once you've done this one, you can redo it, right? So once I'm done with this entire problem, I don't want to do the whole thing. It will ask me, would I like to do a similar question or try again? And then if I click on that, you get a whole new one with new numbers, new setup, but similar in context. And then if you get that one right, you'll get credit for that problem. Right. So if you keep trying these and keep doing them over and over, there's no limit to how many times you can do it. Then you can get 100% on your assignments. Okay. So just keep doing them. If you miss them, use those help tabs, send me emails if needed. And that's how you're going to complete these assignments. Maybe rewatch a video if needed, that kind of thing. Okay. Now, let's leave that. Um, Other types of assignments you'll see are quizzes. Now, quizzes are designed a little bit differently. This one has 12 questions. There's no time limit, but now you just start it and then you just have to answer all the questions, but it just has next, right? It's not going to tell you if you're right or wrong for each question because it's quiz. So you just keep on going. And then eventually you're just going to, when you're done with all the questions, click submit quiz. It'll warn you if you didn't complete some of the problems. We're cool with that. This is a demo. And I got 0%. I didn't do anything right. Okay. So there's your summary. You can review it, right? And then if you're not happy with your score, then you can redo it, right? So you can but you have to do the entire quiz again, all 12 questions. So even if you got 11 out of 12 and you really want that 100, you got to do all 12 questions again. Um, but I only take your highest score. So it's worth doing again if you want to maximize your score or get the best grade possible. Right? If you think you can do better, do it again. Right? Try it as many times as you need to get that score you want. Only the highest grade goes into the grade book. Okay. So that's how quizzes are designed. Right. And those are the main two things, besides videos, assignment, quizzes. And so, your process is going to be throughout the course. Okay. The only thing that's not in my lab are the discussion posts. Those are only in Canvas, so you won't see those here. Otherwise, everything is here, and it's the entire semester all set up. You can work ahead. The only thing you have to wait for are the big tests, the midterm and the final. I don't allow those to be done ahead of time. Everything else you can work ahead at your own schedule. So if you have extra time at the beginning of the semester, yeah, maybe you can knock out a lot of the sections so that you're well ahead when things get busier later. Anytime you want, go to your gradebook. There it is. And you can just see your overall percent. Whatever is in that circle is your grade at the time for things that you've completed. Right? And you can see a breakdown of your overall grade. Okay. Um, And then the other thing that I mentioned it a little bit, is I would check out is this video resource library. If you just click on that, it'll bring this multimedia library up. And then if you're struggling with a section, maybe you're working on probability and you don't really get section 3.3, just select all. All right. And then just see what this website has to offer, right? Um, you have access to all of this stuff, so I would make use of it, right? There's an applet, a simulation, there's the textbook, there's some study slides, those are like PowerPoints. I'll take you through the entire section, which are super nice. And there's an even additional video, right? Or there's some test prep videos that'll take you through a specific problem, right? So all that stuff would be useful if you're looking for some additional help, right? So. So I like that too. Okay. So otherwise, you don't have to really, um, you can just explore on your own, but those are the main things. Okay. And if we go back to Canvas, then that's pretty much the extent of it. Um, the announcements, I'll post at least once per week as reminders for due dates. Just like, hey, this is what's due this week. Make sure to do this. Any additional videos I'll post there. Details about tests, anything like that, it's all going to be in the announcement. So make sure you're checking those announcements frequently so that you're not missing anything for the class, right? Once somebody didn't check an announcement and they missed the final, like they didn't see it in the syllabus and they didn't see it in the announcements and they just missed the final. So it is possible to miss things, but everything should be in the announcements so that you stay current with the class. So, okay, I would ask if you had any questions if you were around, but this is just a video with me alone in my house, so I'm gonna have to stop there. And if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to me through email. I'm pretty fast at responding, so I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But I hope you enjoy the class, and I hope it goes smoothly for you. And reach out if you ever have any questions. Okay, take care. Have a good semester. Talk to you later. Bye.